And Randy Garcia had gone in to play quarterback that night, or #1 quarterback had been hurt. And Randy was all excited, came over to me. He says, "Coach said, what do you want to do?" I said, "I don't know, Randy." He said, "We tried everything, nothing's worked very well. What do you want to do?" He said he couldn't think of anything either. So we had a trainer, a guy named Paul Snyder, who was standing by me on the sideline. He overheard the conversation, and he began to worry that nothing was going to happen. So he said, "Well, why don't you run play number 8 to the right and 7 to the left?" And I was surprised. I didn't know that Paul knew any of our plays. And I said, "Well, Randy, that sounds as good as anything. Why don't you try 8 to the right, 7 to the left?" So Randy went out there, we had 8 to the right, went about 12 yards, 7 to the left, 15 yards, 8 to the right, another good gain, 7 to the left, another good gain. Went right down the field, looked better than we had all night. First down at the 5-yard line, time's going short. And they substituted, changed their defense, went 8 to the right, defensive end broke through, lost 2 yards. 7 to the left, defensive end on that side, broke through, we lost 2 more yards. 8 to the right, lost another yard. So now it's 4th and 10 at the 10. I'm assuming that some of you have done some coaching at one time or another. And Randy began to look at me over the sideline. And those of you who've done any coaching know what I did at that point. I began to look up in the stands, I pretended I didn't see him. So pretty soon the team came out of the huddle and I began to watch again. I was kind of interested in what was going to happen here. I could have sworn he gave the ball to I am Hip. Full name is Isaiah Moses Hip. And he ran into the middle line of scrimmage. About 5 or 6 guys hit him, and I figured that's it, 4th down, no time left. And then I saw that Randy made the greatest fake I'd ever seen. He hit the ball on his hip. He raised it up, threw the ball to Tim Smith, who split in, who was standing all by himself in the end zone. So we win the game. Last play of the game, 23-17. And so I went into the locker room, the press was there, and people were all excited. And again, those of you who've done any coaching know what I did at that point. I took full credit for the victory. But the last guy to get dressed was Randy. And so I called him over, and everybody kind of filed out of the dressing room. And I said, "Randy," I said, "how in the world did you come up with that play at that time?" It was one of those plays that you have in your playbook. We ran it a couple times earlier in the year. Hadn't worked. We hadn't even practiced it for 3 months. I'd forgotten all about it. He said, "It wasn't that hard, Coach." He said, "No, we were on 8 to the right, 7 to the left." I said, "Yeah, I knew that." He said, "It seemed like we got down there at the goal line and 8-7 wasn't working very good." I said, "Yeah, I noticed that too." He said, "Well, I didn't know what to do." So he said, "I just got back in the huddle and I had 8 and 7 together and came up with play number 14, and that's what I called." I said, "Now wait a minute, Randy, now you think a minute." I said, 8 and 7 isn't 14, it's 15. And he thought a second and he said, "You know, Coach, if I was as smart as you are, we'd lost the ball game." So that's a mostly true story of some of my coaching. It wasn't all that good. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit